In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-696-1030. Again, 800-696-1030. That's 800-696-1030. 800-696-1030.
Joe had huge problems with the IRS.
I knew it was coming. I hadn't filed taxes since 1990.
All the IRS letters coming in added up to a nightmare.
It got up to like $68,000. My heart started beating fast. It's like, there's no way, man. I mean, I ain't going to be able to do this.
Then they stopped his paycheck.
So that's when I started making phone calls and found U.S. Tax Shield.
U.S. Tax Shield went to work immediately.
They just took the bull by the horns. What blew my mind is he called the IRS right then and there.
So why is U.S. Tax Shield A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau? Joe knows.
They saved me a ridiculous amount of money.
If you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS or state, choose the company Joe chose, U.S. Tax Shield.
It was the best decision I made. U.S. Tax Shield is the way to go. Life is good. Thank you, Lord.
Call 800-471-3287.
U.S. Tax Shield. Boo-rah. Yes.
800-471-3287. 800-471-3287.
K98 Talk is expanding its lineup for 2015. This means we're expanding our advertising base. Whether you're a startup trying to push through to the next level or an established business trying to supplement your advertising budget, web-based advertising is a solid investment. Thanks to Talk's newest partnership with TuneIn Radio and instant access to our sister station, K98 FM, we give you worldwide access at a reasonable cost. Interested parties should email us at advertise@k98talk.org. The leader in talk radio on the Internet, right here on K98 Talk and the Spark Radio Network.
They say we offer simple answers to complex problems. Well, perhaps there is a simple answer. Not an easy answer, but simple.
It's common ground. It's common ground. It's common ground. It's common ground.
We have serious problems to solve, and we need serious people to solve them.
Republicans and Democrats.
Well, good morning, everybody. This is Finding Common Ground. I'm one half of the crew, Mr. Rick Robinson. It is Saturday, January the 3rd, 2016. Little inside joke there, folks. It's actually January the 2nd. Now, I am joined today by Mr. Bryce Robbins, my usual leftist co-host. He's going to try to take things political today. I'm going to fight him tooth and nail. Good morning, Bryce. How are you?
Good morning. Happy January 3rd, which it's not. And I'll explain why that's important in my show. But anyways... I'm good. I was actually just looking at news articles, and, you know, our main topic today is going to be based around Star Wars, and I just found this article that scientists are now able to make holograms. So literally, the world is becoming more and more like Star Wars, and I'm not talking like fake holograms. I'm talking like legit projected holograms.
I want one.
Right? I want one. Anyways, how's your holiday been?
Long, crazy, glad it's over, but the kids are really happy. I think we basically got my niece like the best present for her ever, and then my kids have been like following me around like puppies for like a week now because I bought them a new PlayStation 4.
Well, they won't be following you for long once they start playing it.
Yeah, well, that's what they do between the follow sessions.
That's true. That makes sense. Oh, all right. So, do you want to jump into it?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Well, I think the only right way to start it would be to play the theme song if you have it.
You mean this thing right here? Nah, I mean, I didn't go through the trouble of finding it. You mean that?
Well, that might have been the most epic thing ever. I have to be honest, when I went to that movie and saw it, and the music started to play, I was just so happy. Being a Star Wars fan, like crazy, it's just so amazing to hear that, just those trumpets, the horns, the everything, whatever's playing. Oh, John Williams. But anyways, so what did you think about it? Because I think people are going to get mad when they hear my point of view.
Well, no, I'd rather than be mad at you, so let's start with yours.
Okay. So, I liked it. I really did. It was obviously better than the Clone Wars.
There's a butt coming.
It was better than the prequels.
But
my problem was that it didn't feel to it felt more to me like an Avengers movie as opposed to a Star Wars movie. And here's why. Because when you see the graphics, right, the lightsabers, the the CGI, it felt different. It felt again like it was an Avengers movie. Now, I don't know, cuz Disney does Marvel and Disney now does Star Wars, so maybe there is some, legitimacy to that claim. But I don't know, the storyline was clearly obviously was a setup for the next movie, which isn't going to come out till 2017, because now it turns out that they're doing the Rogue One, which is going to be a movie of what happened, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I heard some conflicting things, that the Rogue One is going to be what happened before Episode 4, in between Episode 3.
Basically, Rogue One is actually a call sign of one of the X-Wing pilots. So the movie that they're doing that's kind of the in-between is actually going to focus more on that particular storyline. I don't know which direction they're going to take it in, since most of the universe that's been done through the books is actually not considered canon any longer. But it does appear, at least from what I understand, that it's going to be focusing more on the actual Rogue Squadron pilots, and I think it's actually, from what I understood, unless I'm wrong, I think it's actually going to be more of what happened between Episode 6 and Episode 7.
Oh, okay. See, that would be interesting. Okay, I mean, look. They're going to milk the shit out of Star Wars, and I'm afraid of that unless they can do it right. But eventually, the sun must set everywhere. And I fear that Disney eventually is
going to... The sun never sets on Star Wars. Bite your tongue!
It's true. The story could go on forever. I mean, I hope that they do a whole runoff on, like, Darth Plagueis and Darth Sidious. The precursor of him becoming evil, because I remember that, from the books, he was a Jedi originally, and then he turned to the dark side, which is kind of weird. Like, why wouldn't any of the Jedi Masters remember that he was a Jedi? But anyways, back to the movie. So
this is not the Sith Lord you are looking for.
Perhaps. And then they all got fooled. For the movie, I feel as though it was made... everybody loves it so much because it's Star Wars. But if it wasn't Star Wars, then it would have just been another, meh. It was good.
You just said meh. You can't say meh and it's good in the same sentence. Pick a side, fool, because now you're starting to annoy me.
Okay, here. I'm gonna give you the honesty of my opinion. In all the
which nobody cares about
prequels, we had economics, politics, and real deep storyline play a key role as to why the Empire came to be, why the Empire was expanding, why the Jedi were doing what they were doing. I mean, you have to listen really carefully and watch those movies like 5 times so you fully understand them. And even at that, you better watch them again. With this one, I felt like, oh, alright, it kind of reminded me of like Thor. Or Captain America, or like an Avengers movie.
Okay, so first of all, to back up to something that you mentioned, do you realize that there was almost zero CGI in this entire movie, right?
Oh, Snoke? He looked odd.
I said there was almost zero.
I know. And the lady who's like supposed to be the new Yoda, I forget her name already.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Can't think of her name either.
I think it starts with an M.
Was it... I don't know. Anyway.
There goes the smoke alarm in my house. Hang on, that should go off any second. I'll mute myself.
Never mind. So wait, you're going to just leave me hanging here while your smoke alarm goes off? Next time, cook your breakfast after the show, not during.
Basically, hang on. I'll be back.
We may or may not continue a show, folks, because for all I know, Bryce's house is currently on fire. Alright, so anyway, I think her name was Maj. I could be completely wrong. But anyway, for those of you who haven't seen the movie yet, don't listen to the Young Disillusioned one. If you were a fan of episodes 4, 5, and 6, you're going to love episode 7. Even if you remotely liked the prequels, which I've heard people that have actually said they thought those were pretty good too, then you're definitely going to like episode 7. But... I'm sorry, what?
I did like the prequels, except for Clone Wars. I hated that one. But
you were like 5 when the prequels started. You have no frame of reference.
I wasn't even... Ooh, here's my guest for my show calling. I'll be right back again. Bye, Rick.
I really don't like you today. So yeah, just for the record, Bryce has a guest coming on a show later today. The one that he does by himself. Apparently gave him not only the wrong day, because he told him Saturday, January the 3rd, but also apparently gave him the wrong time to call in. Go figure. So, yeah, here I am sitting here talking about Star Wars by myself, which, you know what, is pretty cool, because I love Star Wars. Love me some Star Wars. We're just going to do this again, just because I really love me some Star Wars. Folks, I think I came up with an inside joke for the rest of the show. I'm not sure if Bryce is still listening, but from now on, anytime he talks crap about episode 7, I'm going to start playing that really quietly in the background. Alright, so anyway, episode 7. Do I want to give any spoilers or not? I know there has to be some of you out there who haven't seen it yet. I know this because I'm actually taking my daughter to go see it tomorrow for Daddy-Daughter Day, because she's the only one in the house that hasn't seen it yet. So, all I have to say is, regardless of what the little tiny one that usually sits in the leftist co-host chair with me here thinks, the movie is awesome. The only person that I've heard that's even tried to give any type of major criticism to it was George Lucas, and let's just face it, he's pissed off because he screwed up his own franchise. I mean, come on, dude. Everybody knows you pulled most of Star Wars completely from a dark, smelly place and tried to convince everybody that you had this epic story. That's why it all fell apart on you. Which is exactly why I'm glad they got away from that in this one. We now have plenty of time to establish the backstory and get it right instead of making it up as we go along, a la George Lucas. So, those are my thoughts with it. Going back to exactly what he was just talking about with, episodes 4, 5, and 6, there was this supposed deep backstory, lots of foretelling, retelling, all of the things that made the movies great. And episodes 1 through 3 kind of had the same thing. You had all of this, economic situations you had to pay attention to, all of these other little nuances, which are awesome, unless you're trying to watch a movie. Because like Bryce said, to fully understand it, you got to watch it like 12 times. Those are the people that actually like the prequels, the ones that saw enough of what they wanted to see the first time that they went back and they watched them again and again and again and again. I personally... Excuse me?
I'm back, Daddy-O.
I was fixing to just mute you for the day.
Well, I got my guest, so now I'm happy, so yeah.
Okay, so welcome back. Anyway, so what were you saying before you decided to go take care of your show's business in the middle of our show?
Oh, right. Okay, so basically, I just felt as though the story was weaker, but I enjoyed it, and I feel like the next movie...
Sorry, anytime you diss the movie, I'm just going to play a bit of that.
No, I feel like I deserve it, because after I saw the movie, like a couple days later, I gave a huge, reasons why I thought the movie was good, but not great, on my Facebook. And I even wrote in big capital letters, spoiler alerts ahead, did a bunch of space bars down so you couldn't see it. And then people got so angry. They're like, wow, Bryce, thanks for ruining my life. I couldn't wait to see this movie. And then I was like, wait, no, Matt, you didn't have to read it. I got so many comments on it. Like, you're a total douche nozzle, you dick. Thanks for ruining my whole night. I was like, oh my god. So I deleted it. But this movie has already created some beef with me. I just can't wait for the next one. Because I feel like, come on, I wanted to see Mark Hamill.
Okay, so here's the thing. Everybody went to the movie wanting to see Mark Hamill. So why was it a good idea for them to only give about 30 seconds of Mark Hamill? Because now you know everybody that went to episode 7 to see Mark Hamill is going to be running to get tickets to episode 8, because this is going to be where we're going to finally hear some more about the story with Luke. And as far as your whole, every other movie that they've ever done had this deep, rich backstory, first of all, that's a load of crap. Lucas sold the idea, telling the world that episodes 4, 5, and 6 were going to be this epic long tale with all this rich backstory. He was pulling crap out of his ass as he went along. That was one of the reasons why I was glad J.J. Abrams got away from that and didn't try to do this big, rich, deep backstory for what is basically just going to be an interlude to get us to the point where we can actually start seeing exactly what's happened since episode 6, which was the plan of episode 7 all along, was to get people back engaged in the story again, because they lost so many people on between episodes 1, 2, and 3 because of the fact that, much like you had said a moment ago, unless you watch the movie 12 times, you don't even fully understand what's going on. We don't have the attention span for that anymore. So that's why, in your estimation, this looks more like an Avengers movie, but at the same time, it's one of those abridging moments where you get people to actually fall in love with Star Wars again, instead of looking at it going, oh my god, why did they pick Hayden Christensen? The dude can't act. Oh my god, what is this freaking floppy-eared Jar Jar thing for? It's just, to me, it makes perfect sense. And honestly, maybe it's because I went in with such low expectations, because after episodes 1, 2, and 3, and then finding out that it was going to be done by J.J. Abrams, because I was not a big fan of his reboot of the Trek movies for a bunch of different reasons. I have to say, in my opinion, he actually got Star Wars right. I was actually disappointed when I read an article a few days after I saw it the first time that said that he actually wasn't going to be directing any more of the movies. Only because, there are still little nitpicky things that I could take apart, but I don't want to do that, because...
Oh, so you... we're the same dick that I am, but for Star Trek.
Pretty much.
See, now I know that. Yep, we're okay. Gotcha.
Well, and there are things that I could do like the same thing in this movie, but that's only because I'm such a science fiction nut that I understand how a lot of the concepts are supposed to work. Like the fact that the Millennium Falcon shouldn't have been able to go to light speed inside of a ship. That can't happen.
Bruh, why did I not think of that? Oh god, you're right. But wait, here's one big thing that kind of goes. You kind of bled me in with the Millennium Falcon. I think you know where I'm going to go with this. Han Solo. I don't want to give this away, but I think people already kind of got it. What do you think about that certain scene? I don't want to be the one to say it here, so you can say it if you want, but where he, trips and falls and,
Okay, so the one thing that I will kind of give Lucas credit for is his main criticism was it seems like what they basically did was remake Episode 4 on a grander scale. When I saw Ford do what he did and go out onto that catwalk, I knew what was going to happen next because that was the Obi-Wan Darth Vader scene.
Yes.
So basic, same general idea. But at the same time, you can look at it as a rehash of Episode 4 on a much grander scale. I don't typically buy into that. I think they used a lot of the mechanics from Episode 4 because they knew what worked, and they used them here on purpose, again, to get people reeled back into a love of Star Wars instead of looking at it going, what the hell have you done, George Lucas? I hate you.
Okay, fair enough. So basically they were trying to stick to basics, just get it a little bigger. So they wouldn't be.
Well, at this point you've got to realize there were an entire generation of people that grew up hating Star Wars thanks to Episodes 1, 2, and 3. You went from in the 70s and the 80s, it was all anybody ever talked about anytime one of those movies came out. And then everybody started pouring all this money into Episodes 1, 2, and 3, and they weren't done right. They weren't done well. They were good. Don't get me wrong. I love Star Wars, so I have every single movie. I've actually already pre-ordered the copy of this one. But the thing about it is, it's not one of the ones that I can... Episodes 1 through 3 are not like 4, 5, 6, and now even 7 for me. I can sit down on a day when I've got nothing else to do, pop in Episode 4, and just get completely washed away again, even though I've seen it a million times. Episodes 1 through 3 weren't like that for me. And I think part of it was because of the fact that they focused way too much on the darkness of the story. There were ways to do that and still allude to the hope that everybody already knew existed, but they chose not to do that. They took everything as completely deep and dark as possible. They even made the Guardians of the Galaxy into glorified freaking soldiers, which is not what the Jedi were supposed to be.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. Watching Star Wars Episode 3 just a couple of days ago, if you listen carefully, they did want to take over the Galactic Senate, which means they would have been a political force, overthrowing the Emperor for quote-unquote emergency powers. Now, that is corruption because the Jedi were never supposed to be that. They're supposed to be a peacekeeping force, which kind of means that they were kind of taking power as well, which Jedi aren't supposed to do that.
Well, yeah, and that was Anakin's perspective. Once he knew everything that was going on, that's why he kept saying, from my point of view, the Jedi are the ones that are evil, because they were the ones that were going to basically do the same thing that Palpatine was trying to do, but do it for what they thought were better reasons. Well, what you have to understand is even the evilest of person looks at something that they're doing and thinks they're doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah, so this is where I kind of draw the parallel between you and I. You are like Sidious, and I am obviously like the Jedi, because, I'm, right, because I'm a liberal and I love that stuff. But anyways, you want to, make your galactic empire, but secretly I want to make a galactic empire. But what we realize, I have no idea where I'm going with this. I just wanted to draw.
I really don't know either, and I'm not really happy with the fact that you just called me Darth Sidious, you bastard.
Well, that would be a good spin-off movie, right? Like pre-Darth Sidious, pre-Palpatine.
See, I'm kind of done with the pre-stuff. I've been waiting since I was, Episode 6 came out in 84, I believe. So I was 11. I have been waiting 31 years for this story to finally continue to be told. And don't get me wrong, there are so many things that I'm not happy about with the overall story arc because of the fact that they had to wait so long to get it done. I don't like the fact that the Republic, while it was eventually formed, was basically not even, I guess, what would even be able to be considered a true government. Otherwise, the First Order would have never been able to rise to power. I don't like the fact that so soon after Luke tried to establish a new Jedi Order, one of them immediately pretty much turned against him.
Well,
I'm
that
also,
was given.
I'm
Like,
also,
that was in the books.
yeah, no, actually, it well, I mean, it was, but it wasn't, because, and that's the thing that I guess kind of drives me a little nuts, since they threw all the books out. There's so many things that they do in the movie that are actually part of the books. They're just taking license with it to make it slightly different. Like in the books, Leia and Han had 3 kids, not just 1.
Yeah, I know. But I feel like Daisy Ridley is going to be obviously Luke's daughter. And my hope, therefore, is that they bring Mara Skywalker into the picture. That would be interesting.
There will probably be a character similar to Mara, but I doubt it will actually be Mara, because, again, they threw out the part of her stories that were essentially at one point considered canon. Those are all gone. I do think that there will be some sort of a tie back to the Empire, though, if for no other reason than the fact that Luke's daughter has the Imperial accent.
Yeah. My only hope, though, is that it doesn't devolve into like Dark Horse Star Wars comic books where we just have Ben Skywalker, not this Ben Skywalker, next generation Ben Skywalker, running around as a bounty hunter. Because that's what kind of Star Wars ends up devolving into in most of the books. And I wanted to kind of go back to the whole Jedi Order and stories of the Jedi. I thought that was cool. I really think that Star Wars, if they could rebuild a Jedi Order, would be the best way for them to go. And not towards like how the books went towards like rogue bounty hunters, kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy almost. If that's kind of like the best parallel I can think of.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like I said, my biggest complaint was we had to jump so far ahead because of the fact that by the time they finally got around to doing the stories that they should have done in the first place, the actors were so old. And that's one of the reasons why I think Ford made the decision that he made, because I already knew something was up because they let a story leak like 2 weeks before the movie actually aired that he was not going to be doing any more of them. I think he may have backtracked on that somewhat. I think they figured out a way to maybe find a way to keep him in episode 8 from some other stuff that I've heard. But if it's done, it will obviously probably not be done as if it's done at all, it'll probably be more like the Obi-Wan sequences after episode 4 in some way.
Here's another question, and you know, once you're ready to move on, we can. But I just have a couple questions for you. Ewan McGregor, he played Obi-Wan Kenobi in the prequels.
Yep.
He actually did a cameo in this movie. Do you think he'll be back?
Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, if you go back and you look through the list, there were tons of cameos.
Yeah,
as an example, the guy that is currently playing 007 was the stormtrooper who put his gun down and left the door open.
Well, you can disagree with me here, but I thought Ewan McGregor was a great choice for Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I thought his acting was not bad, at least in episode 3. In episode 1, it was meh, but in episode 3, it was really good.
Well, I mean, in episode 1, Ewan McGregor's character was the age of Anakin in episode 3, so he was supposed to be meh. And no, I actually liked Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. I think they found a way to find somebody that was as close to the original actor as possible.
Yeah. No, definitely. It was good choice there. So, do you want to move on to politics or stay on Star Wars?
Well, first thing we got to do is take a break, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do once the break's over. Because I don't know. It's like the day after holidays, and I'm just kind of like, do we really got to do politics today?
You don't have to do politics today, because you know, like when my show hits, it's like politics from the ground running, which, by the way, I should mention now for everybody listening, we have a guest coming on our show today, Frank Erwin, independent presidential candidate farmer from Indiana, running to be the next president of the United States. So come listen on Opinion Nation right up after this show.
It's common ground. It's common ground. It's common ground. It's common ground.
The internet will never be the same. You're listening to K98Talk.com.
Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Absolutely. Let's get started again.
When our water heater broke down last month, it was a nightmare. It took 5 hours for the plumber to show up, and he charged us a couple of $100 just to come out. And then it cost another $1,800 to put in the new water heater. By the time it was all said and done, I felt like I'd been taken. But what else could I do?
The smartest thing you can do is get a home warranty from American Residential Warranty. Their home warranties pay to repair or replace all your major appliances when they break, and they will break, and at the worst possible time. Call American Residential Warranty right now for free information on home warranties starting at just pennies a day. Don't wait for your refrigerator to stop running or your ceiling fans to stop turning. Call American Residential Warranty right now. Ask how you can save up to 50% on washer and dryer coverage. Just call 1-800-513-6154. That's 1-800-513-6154. Again, 1-800-513-6154. Call now.
Wondering why you're up early with us on a Sunday morning making a cocktail? News lately got you drinking? Hungover from the mainstream media by Sunday? We are, and we got you covered.
We sure do. We got your hangover cure for those weekly news blues. So sit back, top off your mimosa, and add some Baileys to that coffee.
Take a match to your copy of the New York Times. Light, funny, and oh yeah, news with booze.
And a lot of laughter.
Welcome to Bloody Marys and Broadsheets.
The staff of K98 Talk and the Spark Radio Network is proud to announce that our very own Rowdy Rick Robinson has been selected as one of the top conservative talk show hosts in the nation for his program America Off the Rail. Again, congratulations to Rowdy Rick Robinson for a job well done and another reason to stay connected to K98 Talk and the Spark Radio Network.
Our military service members volunteer to protect us in the most dangerous places around the world. They step up. And when they are severely ill or injured, returning to their families is only the beginning of their long road home. Wounded Warrior Project provides these brave men and women whatever they need to continue their fight for independence at no cost for life. So now it's time for a grateful nation to step up. Join us at findwwp.org.
It's common ground. It's common ground. It's common ground. It's common ground.
All right, folks, we're back. This is Finding Common Ground. I'm Rick Robinson, joined by my good friend, Mr. Bryce Robbins. Well, I call him my friend, but most of the time I can't stand the kid. I'm just playing. All right, so we're back. We're live. It's Saturday. I'm still suffering from the holiday-ish kind of stuff because I'm just like, I really don't want to do this today.
So, I have a topic to bring up.
Oh, no. Now look who's all trying to be all serious and stuff. Okay, what's your topic?
So, Iran has handed over a large amount of their stockpiles of enriched uranium to Russia, which means they're taking their steps to fulfill the Iran nuclear deal.
All right, so I only have one thing to say about that. I'm just saying.
It's holiday break. Anyways, having some faith in humanity now. This is a good sign that Iran is,
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Should I just expect another one?
I don't know. Try again. We'll see what happens.
This means that they're moving closer to ending. Want to just talk about Star Wars?
Yes, I do. I don't want to do politics today. I know that's weird for me to say because I'm usually the one trying to keep everybody on the political track, but I don't have it in me today. Star Wars has now been out for 10 days? It's broken tons of box office records. I've seen it twice. I'm about to see it a third time, so yes, I just want to talk about Star Wars.
All right. We can talk about Star Wars.
So anyway, of the new folks, who was your favorite new character?
I'm gonna say Poe because I think he has the most potential because we know the least about him.
You know he wasn't supposed to live through the movie, right?
Really?
Yeah, that scene where they crash landed and all you find was his jacket. Finn was originally supposed to be dragging his scarred, lifeless body from the cockpit. So there's a reason we know very little about him. They changed the story about halfway through and said, we want this guy to live.
Well.
So, yeah.
Well, that changes everything. Oh, well, I mean, maybe it's because they saw that he has potential. Like, he's a mysterious character, so I'm going to give him time. But I liked Finn. I thought he had a very interesting backstory.
First bromance on Star Wars that didn't involve a walking carpet.
Yeah, that's true.
Just saying.
Also, I saw on Facebook that it is possible that Finn and Poe might be the first gay lead characters. I don't know if that's true. Do you think that's true?
I don't think so. Finn is entirely too interested in Rey for that to happen. I just don't see them going in that direction.
True. But hey, you know what? It's only a matter of time before Star Wars is redone with like a totally like black or like gay cast because as my friend
that would be Spaceballs.
It's going to be the blackification in Hollywood. How, you know, all these movies are being remade, but with black characters this time. Which is kind of funny, but, like, weird. Like, why can't we just make new movies instead of rip off old movies?
So basically what you're saying is in probably about another 10 years or so, we're going to have this whole rainbowification of Hollywood.
Yeah, basically. Like, okay, here's what's going to happen.
Could you imagine the Emperor as a gay guy? I'm just saying.
We're totally going to destroy Hoth. It's too cold. He's some German guy now. Okay, anyways. No, what's going to happen in 10 years, Luke Skywalker...
That was a gay Moff Tarkin. That wasn't the Emperor.
In 10 years, Luke's going to be black. In 20 years, Luke's going to be black and gay. In 30 years, Luke Skywalker is going to be remade again, but, like, with nothing, because everything was just so insensitive to some group that he just becomes like nothing.
I mean, dude, let's face it. You're dragging me into politics. I fucking hate you. Anyway, let's face it. At this point, there is like an entire there's no way that anybody can do anything at this point without offending somebody. So we might as well just call it a game and go home.
It's true, and it's kind of annoying because, you know, I've seen on Facebook, because, you know, I follow a lot of things just to get all my news, that from the gay communities heard that there's no representation of us in the movie, but they added a black person to the movie as a lead character. So why are they doing it for race, but not sexuality or whatever? That's ridiculous. Like, I don't get.
Okay, look, can I just be completely honest, and people are gonna hate me for this one. They didn't add this character because they needed a black lead-in character. They added him because he's Lando's son, who was up until then the only black guy in the galaxy.
Wait, what?
It was a joke.
Oh.
Soon as he took his helmet off in the trailer, a bunch of my friends and I were like, "Oh look, Lando had a kid."
That is so fucking fucked up. It's so funny.
Because, I mean, up until then, Lando was the only black guy in the galaxy.
Yeah, because the other black guy unfortunately died.
What other black guy?
Mace Windu.
Yeah, well, I'm talking like episodes 4, 5, 6, and 7. There was only, I mean, you know, up until that point, you know, there was only one black character in Star Wars for episodes 4, 5, and 6.
Well, yeah. Well, like, all right. In all reality, let's say
besides Mace Windu, his character didn't exist. I'm sorry.
That's true. All right, so I want to try to make this sound as least racist as possible.
Good luck with that.
Okay. I would say, population-wise, there are probably more people on Earth who are of lighter skin than darker skin. Meaning, you know, there's more people who resemble white characteristics in their melanin than black characteristics. So, if we go through
careful. If you start using that argument, you'll have to bring up the fact that all these homosexual people that are clamoring for more people like them in the movies are only about 1% of the entire Earth's population.
This is true. Okay, I'm going to be very delicate when I say this. Because there's a population difference, of course it's more likely that we have more characters who are represented as white in the galaxy than black in the galaxy. Did that come off as racist?
Not to me, but as far as everybody else is concerned, I'm already a racist. Although if I were racist, I would be supporting Donald Trump, and I don't do that, so...
Oh, God. Wait, I like how, and not to be a total douche nozzle here, and then I want to get back to...
Too late, you've already been called one on Facebook.
That's true. Wait, what was I going to say? Oh, I forgot. Wait, what did you just say?
All right, so since we've completely gone off Star Wars, there is one thing I did want to mention really quick. I'm in a group on Twitter, and there was a Facebook post that was shared in there the other day who was basically some guy talking about the fact that Donald Trump was our only hope for the universe. However, he did so in a very weird way, and I'm paraphrasing at this point, but this was basically the gist of his article. Back when I was in NAM, I gave a VC a blowjob so a bunch of guys could escape. Does that make me gay? No, it means I'm willing to do whatever I needed to do to make sure my friends could survive. That's what Donald Trump is going to do, is do whatever he's got to do to make America great again. The only way that parallel works is if Donald Trump plans on giving blowjobs to all the other world leaders. Just saying.
Well, he already kind of did that to Putin, so...
That was because he needed a toothpick. I mean, come on, have you seen the gap in front of those teeth? I'm just saying.
Yeah. Oh, I remembered what I was going to say, and just in the nick of time before this show got really creepy. The black lady from... Melissa Harris Perry from MSNBC.
Oh, God, not MHP. Okay, go ahead.
Said that Star Wars was actually... Let me see if I could find it. Amazing how people get... Oh, my God. She said that Darth Vader is racist. And let's see, I believe... I wish I could find the clip exactly. But essentially, Melissa Harris Perry says that Darth Vader is a racist character. Because, oh, here it is. I'm going to play this clip. Let her explain it, and then I want to talk to you about it.
Okay, fine.
But it's not playing, so...
Different now than how it was promoted in the original series. Because I know why I have feelings, good, bad, and otherwise, about Star Wars, and I have a lot. I spent the whole day talking about the whole Darth Vader situation, but oh,
you could?
Yeah, like the part where he was totally a black guy whose name basically was James Earl Jones, and while he was black, he was terrible and bad and awful, and used to cut off white men's hands and didn't, actually claim his son, but as soon as he claims his son and goes over to the good, he takes off his mask and he is white. Oh yes, I have many feelings about that, but I will try to put them over here. Why do
Good luck with that.
Yeah, why do people love Star Wars so much?
Okay, so before we even discuss it, I just want to play another clip. So hang on here, okay?
We're down to like 8 minutes. Come on now.
Wait. No, this is just important clip because you will see. Here, hang on. Here we go. Wait. Here we go.
What is it, General? My lord, the fleet has moved out of Lightspeed. Comscan has detected an energy field protecting an area of the 6th planet of the Hoth system. The field is strong enough to deflect any bombardment.
The rebels are alerted to our presence. Admiral Oswald came out of Lightspeed too close to the system.
He felt surprised, was wiser.
He is as clumsy as he is stupid. General, prepare your troops for a surface attack.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to play Darth Vader speaking. He sounds evil. He has a deep voice. It's not black.
Okay, so just to ruin whatever else there is of movie magic when it comes to Star Wars, the dude in the actual suit was a white guy.
Yeah, no, because James Earl Jones, 1, could not do the stunts, and 2, couldn't fit.
But that's the whole point. Back then, they didn't have the technology that they have now to do the voice that they were looking for. So they found somebody with a very deep voice who could be made to sound sinister. James Earl Jones, from the beginning, was a black guy playing a white character. You knew this as soon as episode 5 came out, because when he declares, "Luke, I'm your father," obviously Luke's not an Oreo. Hello.
Surprise.
So, obviously, as far as the Star Wars lore was always concerned, Anakin, aka Vader, was a white guy. So the fact that Melissa Harris Perry is getting pissed off because they used the black guy's voice and didn't make the actual character black, that just proves how screwed up in the head she is.
It just goes to show you how desperate the media is to stir up issues that are really non-existent issues. Like, I guarantee you nobody else has ever had that issue except for her.
Well, it's because if they can keep us fighting over stupid crap, we don't pay attention to the stuff that's actually going on. I've only been saying that now for about 5 years.
No, case in point. Donald Trump said that
Don't
Hillary
you mean case
Clinton
in point?
Yes, what you said. Donald Trump said that Hillary Clinton got schlonged. MSNBC and Fox News and CNN spent an entire 2 days talking about the term schlonged and about Donald Trump saying it to Hillary Clinton and how it's sexist and blah, 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 blah.
Could have been worse. He could have said she got schmeckled.
Could have. But my point here is that the media spent its time talking about that. We have a garbage patch in the Pacific Ocean the size of Texas. We have like ISIS decapitating people's heads. And we're talking about Donald Trump telling everybody that Hillary Clinton got schlonged by Obama.
Wait, if she got schlonged by Obama, what happened to once you go black, you never go back?
Rick, you bring up the best points. Why is nobody talking about that? Oh God, this show. Folks, we're clearly back from a break here. We still need to get back into the political swing of things, so cut us some slack.
So wait, you just said the word schlong and swing within 3 sentences of each other.
Damn it, Rick. God damn it. You're supposed to be the older one here.
Just because I'm supposed to be doesn't mean that I always am.
See, this show is definitely Rick's, blow off some steam session, because he's got America Off the Rails, and then this is his only time to interact with a liberal. But because it's after break, he's all like, I can't do this. I want to go see Star Wars.
Dude, if it was up to me, we'd be going to see it today, but I have a ton of crap I got to get done, so that's why we're doing it tomorrow. If it was up to me, I'd probably go see it today with my daughter and then go back and watch it myself a fourth time tomorrow. I'm telling you. I've just been so hungry to get an actual Star Wars movie again, even with the little things that I could pick apart with it. The overall story was just awesome, in my opinion. I like the fact that they focused on a little slice of it instead of trying to build the entire ginormous backstory, because we've got plenty of time to do that, and that's where Lucas screwed everything up, because he basically wrote it all out on a cocktail napkin and told everybody that he had volumes and volumes and volumes of information. And then when he finally did put together all the volumes and volumes and volumes of information, none of it matched up with what he originally said the concept was supposed to be. Just saying.
Oh. Well, I guess one closing note that we could go off of here is the fact that they're making a new Indiana Jones without Harrison Ford. Thoughts?
Suckage.
Suckage?
I mean, what, are they going to reboot it? Or is there going to be a new, younger, hipper Indiana Jones? Is it going to be Miami Jones now? I mean, what the hell?
Well, I remember they kind of tried to use, what's that weirdo's name, as the new Indiana Jones, but that really is not going to work out because he's, like, not famous anymore. You know who I'm talking about.
No, actually, believe it or not, I don't.
From the fourth Indiana Jones, the most recent one, the young guy. He's like really weird.
I only vaguely remember the fourth one. It was kind of weird.
I'll just, it's the beauty of the internet.
The interwebs for the win. But
Seriously?
yeah, we really got to change gears here in a second because you have a guest coming.
Shia LaBeouf. Okay, anyways, on that note, I'm ready to go out when you are. But let me just first give a quick preview to my show. Everybody...
Just kidding.
Just watch my show next. We're interviewing Frank Irwin, presidential candidate. Rick, I think today you should take us out with that theme.
Okay, sorry, I'm just having a little fun here.
When our water heater broke down last month, it was a nightmare. It took 5 hours for the plumber to show up, and he charged us a couple of $100 just to come out. Then it cost another $1,800 to put in the new water heater. By the time it was all said and done, I felt like I'd been taken. But what else could I do?
The smartest thing you can do is get a home warranty from American Residential Warranty. Their home warranties pay to repair or replace all your major appliances when they break, and they will break, and at the worst possible time. Call American Residential Warranty right now for free information on home warranties starting at just pennies a day. Don't wait for your refrigerator to stop running or your ceiling fans to stop turning. Call American Residential Warranty right now. Ask how you can save up to 50% on washer and dryer coverage. Just call 1-800-513-6154. That's 1-800-513-6154. Again, 1-800-513-6154. Call now.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.